Oh, gee. Why, I wonder? Could it be that it's because every single illegal immigrant they catch basically set free? You know what? If I were patrolling the border, I'd be bummed out too. The catch and release system we have going on is, I mean, it's as satisfying as taking your cousin to the prom. Really. And I know, because that's what I did in high school. No, actually, I'm kidding. She turned me down. But Andy Ramirez started Friends of the Border Patrol, which is kind of like a neighborhood watch for the border. Andy, does it kind of feel pointless to arrest immigrant smugglers when a lot of the time they're not even being prosecuted?
Well, that's exactly it, Glenn, and thanks for having me on.
Sure.
It's when you look at the Border Patrol agents and what they have to say, they're entirely disgusted and demoralized. They feel that they've been reduced to Walmart greeters or Christmas Santas, you know, just waving by saying, hello, welcome to America.
I got to tell you, not even as important as a Walmart greeter. A Walmart greeter makes a difference. When you walk into Walmart and there's a guy that's standing there and he's smiling and he's looking at you and you say, thank you, he's doing his job and he knows that Walmart appreciates it. The way we're treating our Border Patrol, have you ever had a job, Andy, where you just know that what you do is of no value to the company? You're absolutely demoralized.
And it's even beyond that because they want to do the job, but they're not being allowed to do the job. They're not being given the tools.
Right.
And it starts up at Washington, D.C. It's not as if the sector chiefs who are in charge of them in the various areas of the country are saying, hey, guys, you can't do this. It's all starting from Washington.
Right. And you know, if you got up every morning and you knew, everything I'm going to do today is going to be all undone, what would get you up in the morning? How could you possibly shut that alarm clock off and get up and jump out of bed? You're not making any difference in your own head, at least.
What they tell me is it's duty to this country. It's so bad that people outside of this country, let's say they're coming from Cuba, Dominican Republic, Haiti, what have you, right? Other than Mexican. They'll go to a place like Puerto Rico and they'll already have their plane tickets in hand because they know, okay, I'm going to go and see the Border Patrol, I'm going to self-report, and then afterwards they're going to give me my documents, tell me to return for a court date that I'm never coming back to, and then they go to wherever they want, points unknown.
Andy, is there anybody, well, let me ask you this question. How long have you been a hate monger? You racist. Andy, who ever thought that this was a good idea? When did they think, we should catch them and then release them? And who sat around in that room and said, that's a good idea?
That's the very thing a lot of people would like to know, both inside and outside of the agency. People of Congress have been asking that question, and they're not getting answers. I hope they do hold congressional hearings soon to get to the bottom of this. It's worsened in the past 2 years under the leadership of National Chief of the Border Patrol, David Aguilar. It was never this bad under Gus De La Vigna, his predecessor.
Are you surprised that we have as many illegal aliens here in the country that we do? I mean, what kind of message does the catch and release thing send?
That's the thing, is they already know to show up with plane tickets. The problem is it's not just catch and release, but we catch them, we don't just release them. We also basically give them the option to go home voluntarily if they're Mexican, or if they're not, they can basically do whatever they want. It's really scary because we don't know who's staying here, and we don't even know what the story is with the guys we're not catching. If we caught 1.2 million, how many didn't we catch?
Did you see the story in the New York Times this weekend? We hope to bring you the story later on this week about the 400 women that have been mutilated and brutally killed in Juarez, Mexico. Are these guys coming across the border who are doing this? Who knows? Go ahead, Andy.
Well, absolutely, they actually are. I was just in El Paso, Texas, late March, and meeting with the sheriffs of Hudspeth and El Paso counties, and the stories you hear about this are endless.
Yeah.
One of the things they do is these brutal people, they take the women, they rape them, and then they hoist their underwear on a line afterwards like it's a trophy, and you find lines of women's underwear strewn up all over the border area.
Horrible stuff. Andy, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, sir.
Thanks for having me on.
You bet. Bye-bye.
Next on America Uncovered, where have all the wrinkles gone? Where are the